Chapter 5. How to Detach from Toxic People Without Guilt.
Here's something nobody wants to tell you, but you need to hear. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. Not your family, not your friends, not your partner, not anyone. I know that's hard to accept. You've been conditioned your entire life to believe that relationships, especially family relationships, are sacred, that you have to endure, that you have to forgive, that you have to keep showing up, no matter how much damage it causes you. But let me ask you something. Who benefits from that belief? Not you. The toxic people in your life, they benefit. Because guilt is the tool manipulative people use to keep you engaged.
After all I've done for you.
Family is everything.
Real friends don't give up. You're being selfish.
You're abandoning me.
These are emotional traps. And if you're still caught in them, you haven't detached yet. Emotional detachment means recognizing that your mental health is not negotiable. It's not up for debate. It's not something you sacrifice to make someone else comfortable. And anyone who makes you feel guilty for having boundaries is exactly why you need them. That's the key. The people who respect your boundaries don't make you feel guilty about them. They understand. They adjust. They support you. The people who violate your boundaries, they'll weaponize guilt. They'll twist your self-preservation into selfishness. They'll make you the villain in their story for refusing to let them drain you. And you need to be okay with that. Let me tell you about emotional vampires. These are the people who survive on your reaction. Drama seekers, chronic complainers, chaos creators, people who always have a crisis, people who always need something, people who make everything about them. They feed on engagement, your attention, your emotion, your energy, and they will take as much as you give them and then demand more. Emotional detachment means recognizing the pattern and starving them with indifference. The moment you stop reacting, stop defending, stop explaining, they lose interest. You're no longer a source of supply. There's nothing for them to extract from you. So they move on to someone else who'll give them what they need. Detachment isn't cruelty, it's self-preservation. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to have a dramatic confrontation. You don't have to explain why you're distancing yourself. You just quietly exit. They call. You don't answer, or you keep it brief. They text. You respond with 1 or 2 words. They create drama. You don't engage. They try to bait you into an argument. You don't take the bait. You just become unavailable. Not hostile, not dramatic, just unavailable. That's emotional detachment in action. Now let me give you a specific technique that will change your life. It's called the gray rock method, and it's devastatingly effective. Here's how it works. You become so emotionally unreactive that you're uninteresting to manipulators. Think about a gray rock. It's boring. It doesn't react. It doesn't provide anything to engage with. It just sits there. That's what you become in the presence of toxic people. Be boring. Give short answers. Show no emotional peaks or valleys. No anger. No defensiveness. No excitement. No sadness. Just flat, neutral, uninteresting responses. When someone is trying to provoke you, trying to get a reaction, trying to start a fight, trying to pull you into their drama, you give them nothing. You never call me anymore. Yeah, I've been busy. Why are you being so distant? Just focused on work. You've changed. You don't care about this family. Okay. Notice what you're not doing? You're not defending. You're not explaining. You're not engaging with the emotional manipulation. You're just existing, like a gray rock. When there's nothing to grab onto, nothing to exploit, nothing to extract, toxic people naturally drift away. They need fuel. You're not providing it, so they go find someone who will. That's the power of emotional detachment. This technique works everywhere. Abusive relationships, workplace conflicts, family drama, toxic friendships. Anywhere someone is trying to provoke you, control you, or manipulate you. You become invisible to predators because predators need a reaction. They need vulnerability. They need an opening, and you're not giving them one. Let me address the guilt because I know it's there. I know you're thinking, but what if they really need me? What if I'm being cruel? What if I'm the problem? Let me be very clear. If someone makes you feel worse every time you interact with them, you are not the problem. If you dread their calls, if you feel exhausted after seeing them, if they consistently violate your boundaries, if they make everything about them, if they never take responsibility, if they drain your energy and give nothing back, you are not obligated to maintain that relationship. I don't care if they're family. I don't care if you've been friends for 20 years. I don't care if they mean well. I don't care if they're going through a hard time. You have a choice. You can continue to sacrifice your mental health to make them comfortable, or you can protect yourself. And protecting yourself is not selfish. It's not cruel. It's not abandonment. It's survival. Here's what you need to understand about guilt. It's a learned response. You've been conditioned to feel guilty for having needs, for setting boundaries, for choosing yourself. That conditioning came from somewhere, usually from the very people who benefit from your guilt. Emotional detachment means unlearning that conditioning. It means recognizing that guilt is often manipulation disguised as morality. Real love doesn't weaponize guilt. Real friendship doesn't require you to sacrifice your well-being. Real family respects your boundaries. If someone is using guilt to control you, that's not love. That's manipulation, and you don't owe manipulators anything. Let me give you a practical framework for detaching from toxic people. Step 1. Identify the pattern. Write down how you feel after interacting with them. Drained, anxious, depressed, angry. That's your body telling you something's wrong. Listen to it. Step 2. Set clear boundaries. You don't have to explain them. You don't have to justify them. You just implement them. I'm not available to talk about that topic. I can't meet up right now. I need some space. Step 3. Enforce those boundaries. This is where most people fail. They set boundaries, then immediately violate them to avoid conflict. Don't do that. When someone crosses your boundary, you don't argue. You don't explain again. You just exit the conversation. Hang up. Leave. Stop responding. Step 4. Accept the guilt without letting it control you. You'll feel guilty. That's normal. Feel it. Acknowledge it. Then act according to your boundaries anyway. The guilt will pass. Your mental health won't recover if you keep sacrificing it. Step 5. Don't announce your detachment. You don't need to have a dramatic "I'm done with you" conversation. That just creates more drama. You just quietly become less available, less engaged, less reactive. That's emotional detachment. You don't need their permission to protect your peace. You don't need their understanding. You don't need their approval. You just need your boundaries and the discipline to enforce them. And yes, some people will be upset. Some people will call you selfish. Some people will try to make you feel guilty. Let them. Their reaction is not your responsibility. Your mental health is. Remember, the people who truly care about you will respect your boundaries. The people who don't, they were never really for you in the first place. They were just using you. Emotional detachment means finally seeing that clearly and acting accordingly. Here's your action step for this week. Identify one person in your life who consistently drains you. Just one. Practice the gray rock method with them. Short answers. No emotional engagement, no explanation, just boring, neutral, unavailable. Notice what happens. Notice how they react when you stop feeding them. Notice how much lighter you feel when you stop carrying their emotional baggage. That's freedom.
You've learned to detach from toxic people without guilt. You've learned that protecting your peace is not negotiable. Now we need to build the daily practice that makes all of this possible, because emotional detachment isn't a one-time decision. It's a skill you train every single day.